If I teach 6th grade, I know that my students are going to struggle to divide decimals. And if I focus in on why that is, one of the things that I'll notice is that dividing decimals actually depends on a lot of other skills. As an example, if students can't do long division with whole numbers, multi-digit whole numbers, they are going to struggle with dividing decimals. I can click through and see details on this skill, and I might choose to offer my students a short quiz that will test their ability on this prerequisite knowledge. If they're struggling with dividing by whole numbers, then there's no point moving on to dividing by decimals until they've mastered the skill of long division. But if I go back, assuming that students do know this content, then I can ask for the skill of dividing decimals, what could my students possibly be struggling with? And the first thing that we want to do is isolate the ability for the students to interpret place value. If they struggle with identifying the ratio, for example, between 4.0 and 0.04, then they're going to struggle with dividing decimals independent of their ability to do the long division. In this case, 4 is 100 times larger than 0.04, but students frequently get this off by a factor of 10 in one direction or the other. We might then want to open up with a question that is not about getting the answer, but about identifying an equivalent question. Do students understand that multiplying the dividend and the divisor by the same constant, such as a power of 10, cancels out? So the result of the division will be the same, provided they do the same multiplication or division to both sides. So if we can identify whether they need to multiply or divide or do nothing, in order to match multiplying the divisor by a factor of 10, that helps us to identify another common source of errors for students when they're dividing decimals. The next thing we want to do is give students a series of problems that are not testing their ability to do the division, but their ability to get the place value right. In this case, we can give a set of alternative answers that have the same nominal value, but differ in their place value. So all of these have the sequence of digits 117, but they have different locations relative to the decimal point, and that helps us to separate out the ability of the student to do the long division from their understanding of the structure of the problem and how it interacts with the place value of the decimals. We can give some additional problems that help to probe this understanding with even simpler divisors and dividends. Using diagnostic tools like this is really important because